Hey guys, we are here today to work on the rear sway bar and adjustable end links I have on my Mark 6 GTI. We're gonna test what different lengths do just to the cornering, the oversteer, the understeer of this front wheel drive car. Now you want to stiffen the rear to get that front end to bite, but we're gonna see if just stiffening it that much more, that 20 about millimeters of adjustment we have on this end link is gonna give us the fine tuning that we want for this car to be handling impeccably well. The 23 millimeter ECS rear sway bar is fantastic, but we're gonna try to make it work better with the 034 Motorsports adjustable end links adjusted. So let's take it to the garage and make sure everything's all good first. So the first part of this suspension tuning that I'm gonna do is make sure we have a baseline. I'm gonna make sure both end links are the same length, they're potentially even in the same adjustment hole on the sway bar. Make sure everything is secure as well, because we've got some clunking coming back, so I want to make sure that we're all good and have that baseline to see where we want to get rid of. Like, do we want to get rid of understeer? Do we want to get rid of oversteer? And figure out how to adjust the end links from there. I know I want the sway bar to be stiffer, so it's going to be on the stiffer of the two positions. That's just, we want it stiffer. No ifs, ands, or buts on that. But the key thing here is going to be how it handles and how we're gonna fix it based on my driving style and what I think I like. Haven't been on a track, don't know what I really like on really pushing it, but we're gonna see what feels good and adjust it from there and just teach myself sway bar tuning. And then we're gonna get to the coilovers, and then we're gonna get to coilover tuning. We're gonna just really get a little bit more in depth on some of the things you can do on these adjustable and tunable mods for a Mark 6 GTI. So let's just get in there and make sure everything is all hunky-dory on the ECS tuning rear sway bar and 034 Motorsports adjustable end links. Down we go, super bright, got the lights. We're gonna get up in here. I wanna make sure that those brackets right there, and then there it is, I'm upside down. I wanna make sure those things are good. Made sure I found the right Allen wrench to make sure that's all tight. And then you need like this, wasn't it, over the top? Ow. That feels good. Over to this side. It's just a little crowded under here and cramped. Oops, that was the loosening way. I'm an idiot. That's fine. That's in there. Switch hands, that should be better. All right. That one's good. Wow, that one feels good too. All right, those I think are good. Let's check. So I want to make sure this one, end link, you can see how old it is the same as this one. Oh shoot, I think I just noticed something. I got clunking, and I think that's why. I know for a fact I was aiming for the stiffer one. I don't know how it ended up on that one. Oh gosh. Well, that might be why it's clunking, because it's not set up evenly. I'll go back to the other side. You can see, yeah, it's on the inner one. Oops. I think I found the first thing we gotta fix. I just straight up missed on that one. Let's get it fixed.
I set to work setting the end link in the stiffer of the two adjustments to even out both end links. Then I took out the trusty tape measure that doesn't have metric on it, because what even is a kilometer anyways? I wanted to set the replaced end link to the length of the one already installed, and found it to be 5.6 inches end to end. Now, to get the other one to that same length.
Something I'm gonna say right off the bat, if I like the current setup, we're still gonna change it, because I need to experience just different adjustments and figure out where I really like what. Because if I'm like, oh, this drives great, it can always be made better. So even if I like just kind of where it's at right now, it seems to be pretty close together, then we're gonna still change it. I need to figure out if lengthening it is stiffening it or shortening it is stiffening it. To me, it seems like the lengthening would be stiffening, just because putting more tension on it. And that's what you want to do. You want to stiffen the rear sway bar to get the front to turn in a little bit better. So we're going to test that. But first we got to make sure everything's all good and dandy, set in stone here for our control, our baseline, whatever you want to call it. So we got to make sure we do that. We got a little loop we're going to do. Okay, that feels pretty good. That feels pretty good. I think it's a little bit oversteery. Maybe I don't know. I'm really trying to just figure out where the heck this car is in it. I mean, it's feeling decent. I just want it to feel better. Yeah, I think it could use maybe a touch more oversteer. Really dig those front tires in a little bit and get the back coming around. I think we might have to take it back to the garage and find out. All right before we take it back, one last turn to get a real good feel for this. Yeah, I think I do need a little bit more oversteer, just a little bit more. Yeah, let's try lengthening those end links and see what that does. So we're back in the garage. I've actually got Hurricane Idalia outside and I'm under here messing with my suspension. Good times. But I wanted to let you guys know that unfortunately I don't have a measuring system that measures in millimeters, something that I really should get. So we're using this tape measure in inches. I might have said it in voiceover, but the end link right now is at about 5.6 inches long. 034 Motorsports says you have an adjustability from shortest to longest of about 20 millimeters, 0.8-ish inches on that. So I'm actually pretty short on this, and I'm going to adjust it by about 10 millimeters. I'm actually going to round it down a little bit. I'm going to do about 0.3 inches. We're going to go as close to 5.96 inches as we can get on this thing, just to make sure they're even. This is really just to make sure they're even and kind of keep a control on it instead of just blindly turning and seeing what happens. It's not millimeters, it's not exact, but it is something to make sure they're both the same length to make sure we are dialed in just right. Unfortunately, with the issue that I had with the end links the last time, 034 told me to have at least 8 threads engaged, and I think I counted about 20 threads on the actual nail ends of the sway bar end links and the receivers. So we should be fine going about 0.3 inches, but I don't want to go too far as to have another situation like that happen because we really don't want to break too many things here. So we're going to adjust both sides, the new one and the old one, so they're about 5.9 inches long. And then we're going to see if that fixes some understeer, if that creates more understeer, how the oversteer feels. I noticed pretty quick that it takes a minute for the adjustment to really take full effect. When I was reviewing the first part, when I just got everything situated, it felt a little bit different on the 4th or 5th hard corner that I took. And that it definitely needed to introduce some more oversteer just for kind of how I like to drive. But early on, it felt like there was too much oversteer and the understeer needed to come back. So we're gonna give it a little bit more time this time on the review to make sure I like it. We're gonna get in and adjust these adjustable sway bar end links to hopefully get us better handling.
At this point, it is getting much and much easier to get under and adjust these components, and it's becoming more fun too. If lengthening them to make the sway bar stiffer is wrong, please let me know. I'm still learning. To make sure I don't break the other end link, I counted the threads and made sure at least 8 were engaged at 5.9 inches. By my count, I had plenty, so I double checked the length of each and hit the road again.
Lengthening the end links has definitely introduced more oversteer. I think I like it a little bit more. Yeah, you get a little bit of that back end coming around, just a touch more. Feels pretty good. Feels pretty good so far. Kind of like it. Really kind of does feel like the car is going exactly where I want it to go. Yeah, that's good. It's really tight in the rear. Wow, okay. Yeah, feel that. Oof, okay, yeah. That feels really good. Feels really good. I like that more than before. Like I said, we had to change something. Oh, that's a lot of oversteer there. Maybe we tone it down just a touch, maybe like a couple turns back the other way. It's nice and tight though, and I'll tell you what, the clunking's gone. That's the thing that I wasn't expecting, is the clunking is gone almost completely. But I think we're gonna take it back. We're gonna tighten it up just a touch more, maybe a couple just turns that way, and see how that does. So let's take it back to the garage.
I'd like to think I'm my own pit crew at this point, as the adjustment took me less than 10 minutes from wheels up to wheels on the ground again. It's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Now, back to the road.
So this was just a minor adjustment, but I think it made a big difference. Before, there was almost a little bit of lag on settling on corner exit. It's like you turn the steering wheel straight and it was like, oh, there we go. Okay, now we're settled. Now you can keep on going and doing your thing. But now, it just feels fantastic. You turn the car in, it goes where it's supposed to be going. It settles really quickly. It's got a little bit more oversteer than I had before, which I kind of like. I don't really like not knowing where the back end is, so having the back end kind of come around a little bit and you feel it is just kind of something that I like a little bit more. Got some good turns here. It just feels connected. Everything just feels like it's where it's supposed to be, connected. Yeah, grips, turns in, whew, really nice stuff. And then, yep, turning. That's really good. That's really good. I think we've found the sweet spot right here for it. Nice turn here. Yep. That it goes exactly where it's supposed to go, and I really like that feeling. Oh, yes. I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. Yep. You can do exactly what you want with this right now, and that back end feels incredible. Yeah, corner exit, as soon as that steering wheel's straight, basically as soon as it's straight, this car is settled and ready to go straight, ready for the next turn if it happens to be right after it. This is a little bit of a straight, but wow, you can really put it in there on this stock suspension still. Whew, loving it. I'll probably be making minor adjustments later just to see if like a quarter turn here, a quarter turn there feels better and better. But that does it for the video. Just because I don't want this to be way too long. You could spend hours and hours and hours tuning this suspension, making it just the best that it can be. A little quarter turn here, like I said. But for where this video's at, I feel like I've learned quite a bit, and this car definitely has a rear sway bar that is functioning as well as it should. Just look at that. Beautiful turns. I definitely learned something about suspension tuning, just how I can dial it in and don't push it too far, have a little bit of oversteer. That's what I like. At least right now, I need to hit the track. But I wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe. Have a great day. And remember, Jesus loves you. Bye.